Okay, hi guys. I'm Jenny, and I have been in Tupperware for like 10 years. So I want to share some recruiting things with you tonight. They might be a little different than what you're expecting, but we are going to talk recruiting. Hold on.
Oh my.
So,
We need the Holy Spirit on this one, guys.
Okay.
Our recruiting is not where it needs to be. Let's pick her up. Go, Jenny.
so the first thing we need to talk about is if recruiting is slightly out of your comfort zone, and I just did that, do not even tell me that you don't know how to go out and talk to people to recruit, because it took her all day to talk me into that. But it's okay, because it was kind of fun. But I want to talk to you about recruiting, okay? And we usually talk about word choices or who to talk to. That's all pretty simple. You talk to everybody. And honestly, just for kicks this afternoon, I Googled Tupperware recruiting word choices. And there are over 18,000 things you can look at. So I probably am not going to come up with anything new that you can't find somewhere else. What I really want to talk to you about is why we recruit, okay? Because I think if we go back to why we recruit, we can pick up our recruiting and start to make it happen again. So, we get incentives to recruit, right? This month, we can get, just to recruit, we can get the gallon pitcher and these 4 tumblers. That's great. I can sell those at a show. I can give them as a gift. I love them. But is that going to make me find somebody to recruit? It's not why I do it, okay? It's a great perk, and I will take it for that. I love that Tupperware gives us those things, but that's not the reason, all right? So go back to why did you sign up? Why are you in Tupperware, okay? I put it in the chat. A lot of it was the discount, or maybe you needed some extra money, for sure, okay? But let's face facts. If you signed up for a discount, you could have got a discount on products by having a party. You could have got free and half price things just by having a party. You didn't need to start your own business. If you did it for extra money, you could have gotten a part-time job. In my lifetime, which has been a few years, I have had enough part-time jobs that I didn't feel bad about quitting. I mean, I'd give my 2 weeks notice, but I would quit when I didn't need it anymore. I don't even know if I could quit Tupperware, okay? It's kind of one of those things where once you start and it really gets to be part of your life, and people get to be part of your life, and the products and realizing what they can do get to be part of your life and your lifestyle, you can't just walk away. So yeah, the money, yeah, the discounts, but let's go a little deeper, okay? When you are in Tupperware, you can relieve a lot of stress on your family. You can get rid of maybe that little bit of guilt you have for buying things that maybe aren't really in the family budget, but you really want them. So you can get them at a discount, all right? You can make a little extra money that maybe goes towards that vacation, or maybe goes towards the bills. Let's be for real. I mean, people talk about, I remember the first time I talked about Pam, or listen to Pam talk about making a 6-figure income. And a lot of people dream really big. I was not one of those people. And she said 6-figure income, and I was counting like 2 zeros before the decimal, okay? Because I thought 6 figures was that. That's not what they talk about when they talk about 6 figures, and that can happen. But sometimes when you're talking to somebody initially, that's where their head's at. So you have to work with people where they are. That's cool. I mean, working with people where they are is great. Now, I started Tupperware for a little bit different reason than most people. I started on a dare for my husband, and that's like a long story, but I had a Tupperware party that I didn't want to have. He said I could do it better. I said I didn't want to do it better. And he kind of said, I dare you to do it better. I was going to do it then. Okay. I was going to do one. I was going to do one party and call it quits. And my children were all grown. I had 5 girls, and they were all grown at that point. And honestly, they were not all in with me selling anything, even Tupperware. So the fact that it was going to make them a little uncomfortable that I was doing it was almost like a worked for me. It was a bonus round. So my daughter had my first party and my daughters had my first parties. So, you know, that's kind of why I'm in. So it wasn't the discount or the products, or well, I started for one product, but it was just somebody telling me, do you really think you can do this? Well, yeah, I think I can do it. And there's just so many things. All right. So when we're talking about why you joined, you know, why did you pick Tupperware? Look at all the things you could have done. If you were going to go into direct sales, there are so many places you could have gone. And there are so many places that the people that you are going to recruit could go. So why do they want to sell Tupperware? Why would they want to do Tupperware as opposed to all the other direct sales companies they could do? Well, one thing, we've been around for years longer than any other direct sales company, okay? And we have great product recognition. People know who Tupperware are. When you say you sell Tupperware, very few people are going to say, what's that? All right. I have people tell me all the time that they sell for companies, and I'm like, that's nice. What is it? Tupperware, we know what Tupperware is. People even think things are Tupperware that aren't Tupperware, and that's one of the things we can help them out with, is showing them the difference in our product and the things that they just call Tupperware because that's what they've always thought. And why do you stay? Okay, why are you still in Tupperware? For me, it's the people, okay, it's the lifestyle change. Of course, it's the extra money, okay, it's the products, a lot of personal reasons. So now let's talk about why we're going to recruit, okay? Why would you ask somebody else to join this business? Well, for all the reasons we just talked about. And if any of those are yours, you can share that with other people. And if you're sharing this from your heart, you don't have to convince anybody. You don't have to throw extra things out there, okay? If you're talking to somebody and they need a discount, guys, our $139 kit is the best discount going, all right? If they don't have that much money, the $49 kit is a great way to go. If they're wanting to make extra money, they're going to make money with those kits. So that's what you want to tell them, okay? It's just a matter of making them understand, helping them understand that it's not just a part-time job. It's not just something that we're going to sell. It becomes very important. It becomes a way of life. You guys all know this, okay? There is a loyalty that comes with selling Tupperware and friends and the people, the leaders that you don't get if you're working the jobs that I worked, okay? The convenience stores, I did a whole bunch of jobs, okay? And there was not loyalty. Like I said, I'd give 2 weeks notice and I was out when I was done. So let's talk about recruiting from the heart. If you're telling people why you love Tupperware, what it's done for you and what it could do for them, you're not going to have to do all kinds of other things to let them know this is what they want. So think about who brought you into Tupperware, okay? Who was the person that you could go back and thank for giving you this opportunity, for bringing you in, for introducing you to this whole new way of life, all these products, the good that I've said for years, that if I had had Tupperware when my kids were growing up, they would have eaten a lot healthier. We would have spent a lot more time together as a family, would have had more money, okay? But who was that person? So I know the lady that brought me in, Deb England, she is no longer in Tupperware. I still talk to her, we're still friends, and I still appreciate the fact every day that she took the time to come talk to me and explain to me, she asked me to have a party, and I said no. And I was buying the kit. And she said, we need to have a party, and I was like, no. And she came back and asked me again, and that's where the dare came in. My husband told me I was being rude, so I had the party. But if she hadn't come back, if she'd have just sold me that kit and then said, well, she doesn't want to do anything, I'm not going to fool with it, I would not be here, okay? And I'm with Pam. Me being in Tupperware was God's plan before I ever knew that was anything I had any intentions of doing. So whoever it is you need to think of what it would be like if you were that person for somebody else. if you could change somebody's life, help them change their life to the point where years later, they remembered your name and they wanted to thank you for doing this, for bringing them into Tupperware, for giving them the chance to do all the things that you enjoy doing. So recruiting, yeah, grab word choices, they're everywhere. Talk to your upline, go online and look. We'll actually give you some more. There's words choices on Champion. I'm sure they're everywhere. And go out and talk to everybody because you don't know whose life you can change. But just remember that it has to come from your heart because just the words aren't going to do it. And we need to help people right now do the things that they need to do in their lives. And we need to help people help themselves. So it just goes back to, if somebody's hungry and you give them a fish, they eat dinner. But if you teach them to fish, they can feed themselves for a long time. So those people that are having their parties, show them how they can keep getting their Tupperware, make a little extra money. And the people that you talk to, just give them the chance. If they say no, that's on them. But if they say yes, you could actually change their life.